Listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries. As we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media, this is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message. I do deliver it every day. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. You gotta love that when the IFR comes right back through the live mic. But just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call, that number comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Just remember, put this number in your phone. Even if you don't need it today, save it right there in your phone. That way you've got it when you're ready for it. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. I looked at the celebration list of the day to try and figure out, we always have to figure what we're going to celebrate on Ron Siegel Radio, beyond the fact that we are on the proper side of the sidewalk. So we are looking at this National Mole Day. Yeah, I wouldn't go there either. Let's see what else we have here to celebrate today. National TV Talk Show Host Day. It's celebrated on Johnny Carson's birthday. Well, you can't do that anymore. You got too many lunatics that are doing the evening shows. Johnny Carson would probably be rolling over in his grave. So, National TV Talk Show Host Day. Yeah, we're not going to go there either. Swallows depart from San Juan Capistrano Day. We won't do that one. I looked at iPod Day. We won't do that one. So what are we going to celebrate today? We do have to have a celebration. So, yes, indeed. National Boston Cream Pie Day. Yeah, we can go with that one. National Boston Cream Pie Day today. You got to love that. Would be a great celebration for the morning. Got a lot of conversation to talk about, especially those that are in the world of retirement. Got a lot we're going to be chatting about this morning on that. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, though, we can look at that while we are chatting. Dow Jones Industrial Average, 23,339. As we speak to you, it's up 10 points for the day. Oil up 4 cents per barrel. And we are looking at the U.S. 10-year Treasury, 2.365, down ever so slightly. So those are some of the numbers there. It's amazing. I've been looking at some figures for different people, and you do every once in a while when we do some consulting for people on what their short and long-term goals, we end up looking at what's going on the county recorder's office. And I ran some numbers for a group this morning on the county recorder, and I was looking at it. I'm just looking and seeing that there are still people out there. Just baffles my mind that there are still people out there with 6 and 7% interest rates. Yes, I know that many people believe that they can't do anything on their mortgage. But it just baffles me when they don't make a simple phone call and won't give us a call and just say, you know something, where do I stand? What does it look like? Can you do a free mortgage checkup for me? A free mortgage checkup? I look at that and I go, okay, well, it doesn't cost anything. It's totally free. And then I was looking at this particular list of people, and I see that there's 6s, 7s, people with plenty of equity. They probably don't even know that they've got plenty of equity in their properties. Yet, what are they doing? They're not going and taking advantage of what the market has to offer them. So I'm looking at one right here that is a Yorba Linda property. They've got plenty of equity. It's probably a $700,000 house. Total debt $556,000 on it. Approximate interest 6.67. Really? A 6.67, and they haven't given us a call to see what they can do to make to change their family's situation. Unbelievable.
This is ridiculous.
So I go down. I say, well, maybe there's only just one property like that. There can't be a lot of properties that way, can there? So I look at the next one down, and this one is a property in what city are we in on this one? This one's in Villa Park, California. $950,000 property, and they're 7.5% interest. 7.5% interest. Ow! Why? And it's a variable. You have to really wonder about that one, right? I mean, unbelievable there. So let's look and see. We've got a City of Orange, $550,000 property, 6.67 interest rate. Now, this particular property was purchased in 2002. They got the loan in 2007. So why haven't they done anything about it? You have to look and see. Unbelievable.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
So I just thought I'd throw that out there before we get into some of the news of the day, see what's going on. John McCain in the news. I think John McCain might have tried, I guess he's gone as loony as Frederica Wilson or Maxine Waters with his Trump derangement. So now he's out there first off, he protects President Obama's killer Obamacare, the Unaffordable Care Act. His state is getting hurt more than most states, yet he votes against doing anything to help his own citizens. So you wonder about that one. Okay, now he's battling with President Trump's military deferment. Does that help anybody about anything? No more than Maxine Waters saying that she wants to take out the president, that she'll do it herself. Think about that one. Frederica Wilson using Gold Star families as a pawn. John McCain probably right there in the same world with all of them. Unbelievable. In his speech this morning, Boris Johnson, the United Kingdom's version of Secretary of State, lamented that North Korea is holding a nuclear sword of Damocles, I don't even know what that is, over the rest of the world. He added that President Trump has an absolute duty to protect the USA from nuclear attack. At the same time, however, Johnson sided with our own Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson, who advocates for more dialogue and diplomacy with Kim Jong-un's regime. Amazing there as well. The B-52s, they are on 24-hour alert for the first time in a quarter century. America's fleet of nuclear-armed B-52 bombers may be placed on round-the-clock alert. Defense experts say the worldwide tension, especially with North Korea, could precipitate that move. The Air Force's Chief of Staff, 4-star General David Goldfein, says the aging bombers could be put on alert because of the reality of the global situation. Meanwhile, the Air Force denies reports that a pilot shortage is forcing the recall of retired personnel. That's not a good sign. And I do have my old friend, I haven't had David Meltzer has not been on in a while, but I know I had his music here somewhere. We might have to find that music that I used all the time for David. I have to find it. Put me in, Coach. Well, that is the commentary coming out right now from President Jimmy Carter. Put me in, Coach. Says that the 93-year-old former president says his bags are packed and he's ready to fly to North Korea to help broker a peace deal between Washington and Pyongyang. Carter also told the New York Times that the media have been far tougher on President Trump than any other president in his lifetime.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
He exonerated the media, saying they feel free to claim that Trump is mentally deranged. He excoriated the media. Excoriated, not exonerated. Excoriated. Big difference there. Holy cow, we'll have to move right along here with the rest of the news of the day. NFL protests continue. About 24 NFL players protested during the national anthem in yesterday's games around the league. Some took a knee while others sat on the bench or raised a clenched fist. President Trump, knowing a winning issue when he sees one, took to Twitter this morning to denounce the players and NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. Meanwhile, police officers in Florida have responded to the protest by reducing security at Hard Rock Stadium, home to the Miami Dolphins, and the website Gateway Pundit has been inviting readers to send in photos of less than full NFL stadiums, and the pictures tell quite a story. As the season reaches the midway point, fans seem to be staying away in droves. The story for the league is not much better when it comes to television viewers who really pay the players massive salaries. So think about this one. If you are an NFL player, if you were an NFL player, and I haven't done the math on this. I probably should. But there's roughly 30 teams, and each team has a 53-man roster. So there's roughly 1,600 players in the NFL, and you've got 24 of them. So let's look at 24 players divided by that 1,590 is 1.5%. 1.5% of the players who are protesting are doing tremendous damage to the league. When will the players themselves, when will their union stand up and say, you know something, you're hurting our opportunity? 98.5% of us are not into doing this crap that you're doing, yet you're doing it and getting us a bad name, a bad feeling.
I got a bad feeling about this.
And ruining our sport and our livelihood. At what point do you think they'll have anything to say about that? Do you think they'll ever say anything about it? You just have to wonder sometimes about the brains of an NFL player. Maybe there's more to it than having just had some of these other problems. Unbelievable. Jeff, you're right. There's a lot of retirees that are leaving California. Amazing. Yeah, you are completely correct. Jeff Lutz, thanks for sharing that one with us. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, reasons to hire a real estate professional when buying or selling. What is a credit freeze and does it protect you? And President Trump says there won't be 401k changes under his tax plan. Remember, you can reach us anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Did you know that banks and credit bureaus are rewarded financially if you have bad credit? And the worse your credit score is, the more money they can make off of you? How does that make you feel, knowing that banks are getting rich off of your hard-earned money? How does it make you feel, knowing that if a bank or a credit bureau makes a mistake on your credit report, they benefit from it and it hurts you? The Fair Credit Report Act of 1971 requires banks and credit bureaus to report only accurate information, and nearly 100% of all credit reports are inaccurate. If you're sick and tired of being broke and tired of being robbed by the banks, you owe it to yourself and to your family to call Rondi. Rondi is a FICO-certified credit professional and has helped thousands of people just like you get out of debt and establish great credit. Rondi's number is 855-608-1990. Again, that's 855-608-1990. Or visit creditsanitizer.com. Again, that website is creditsanitizer.com.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission. Lending partners will give a credit at closing. The title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990 in the Your Credit Matters segment today, being brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. You have a credit report. It is wrong. They all are. What are you doing about it? Credit Sanitizer has the solutions for you. Go to the website, sign in. You're going to get an email once a week or so with various pieces of information to help you in just getting some great credit information, moving your family forward. Your credit score, I've told you this before, all of them are wrong. I've been looking at the reports since the 80s, never seen a completely accurate credit report yet. I know that 60 Minutes said 20% of them have errors. I'd like to see, 1 out of every 2 that have 100% accuracy. This morning, though, let's chat about a credit freeze. And consumers are still reacting from the massive data breach announced by Equifax in September that affected over 143 million Americans. Many turned to freezing their credit from the major bureaus after the news hit to protect themselves. When one freezes their credit, it'll block anyone, including you, from making new credit and accounts in your name. When you wish to apply for a credit or loan, you're going to have to ask and pay for the account to be unfrozen. However, many consumers are not aware of the other possible threats that are out there beyond freezing their account. Freezing their account will not prevent or help in the following situations. It won't stop hackers from committing fraud using existing accounts they've obtained before the freeze. A credit freeze is suitable for protecting the hackers to misuse for protecting the hackers to misuse your personal information in the future, not in the past. If a hacker already has access to your bank or credit accounts and information, they can still commit financial fraud and identity theft. They won't prevent you from all future data breaches. They can get your information another way. Credit bureaus aren't the only companies that have sensitive consumer data on file. You've probably filled out many forms where you include your social security number, birth date, and address on them, like medical records and such. Hackers don't try to breach credit bureau alone. Remember the breaches that happened to Target, Whole Foods, and others. Yes, they have your personal and financial information on record. Also, if you think the Equifax data breach was considered one of the most massive breaches in U.S., think again. Yahoo, MySpace, LinkedIn, and Home Depot in the U.S. were larger over the Equifax breach. A credit freeze is a wonderful defense plan that helps consumers avoid identity theft. However, freezing your credit is by far not the only way consumers can do to protect themselves. It is essential for them to monitor your credit report, and setting up alerts and hire professionals to oversee your account goes way beyond freezing your credit. And as I've shared with you in the past, our friend Alan Hayon, Credit Advisory Group, he takes care of that for a lot of our friends right here on Ron Siegel Radio. We understand the issue. We know that people are going to go in and need help with this. So why wouldn't you be talking to Alan to see what you can do to get your situation under control? I want to make sure that you're watching it all the time. That's why Equifax Security 2017, Equifax Security 2017 is a biggie out there right now. You need to be watching that one. Go in there, check out your report. You'll see, I think I've had one person now that has told me, that they were not affected by the credit breach. One person. So this morning I thought I'd share with you, we've talked about this a little bit in the past. I tell you all the time, you need to chat. If you're thinking about retiring anytime in the next 40 or 50 years, maybe less than that, you should be talking to our friend Al Manfrey. And Al's got some interesting programs because a lot of folks are under the misconception about retirement income. And they think that you save this money pre-tax, you put it in your 401k, and then you've got that money and it's non-taxable. And the correct terminology is 401k money is taxable. It's just a deferred tax, deferred. So you don't really want, I never recommend people putting their money into a 401k or an IRA or self-directed IRAs. If the money's there, leave it there. To the extent of your match, it's a good thing to have it there. There are other solutions that are better. Because what is the 401k? And I laughed when we've heard recently some of the people in Congress saying that President Trump wants to get rid of the 401k pre-tax, or that savings pre-tax. And why would he want to do that? Well, it's a simple solution, and people have already been scammed with it. So it's really easy to just continue. And I know people don't like it when I use the term scammed with it, but here's what I mean by that. People think they're putting their money into a tax-free account when it's really tax-deferred. So the more it grows, the more taxes you pay. Make any sense? The more it grows, the more tax you pay. I know it doesn't sound like you're going to, but that's the way these accounts work. So you've been working hard for decades. You're putting in hours, paying taxes like the upstanding citizen you are. You're ready for retirement. Can't wait to sit back, relax. You see that you've got $1 million in a retirement account, and then all of a sudden you start taking your distributions, and you go and you take $50,000, and they send you a check for $35,000, maybe a little less. And you go, whoa, what happened? Well, you've just had to pay the tax on it. Now, there are ways you don't have to pay taxes today because, like I said, it's tax deferred. But any withdrawals you make from your retirement accounts, like IRAs, 401ks, are subject to taxes. Other accounts, 403bs, simplified employee pension plans, SEPs, savings incentive match plans for employees. Those are because you funded those accounts with pre-tax money. So when that money comes back out, it can get taxed. The exact amount you'll pay in taxes will depend on your total income, tax deductions, and your bracket in retirement. There's another misconception. People say, well, I'll be in a lower tax bracket when I retire. How do you know that? How do you even know what the tax brackets are going to be then? Wouldn't it make more sense to be doing something today that will help you? Think about this concept. I know some folks that just changed jobs. They might have left a company where they had a 401k. What are they doing with that money? Well, you don't want to leave it with the old company because you're limited. The worst thing you can do is leave it with the old company. Now, the next best thing is you transfer it into a holding area where you have a IRA rollover account. IRA rollover account. That's another option. But even better than that in many instances is you sit down with a tax professional. Again, I don't make any money with Al Manfrey. I don't work for him. Just know that he does some great things for people. So here's the issue. You take that money and you roll it into strategically, because it can't be done just haphazardly, but you roll it into a program with Al. It's going to be taxed because his programs are using the smaller number, the number you have today. Remember this idea. And I'll use a real small scenario. Say that you have $1,000 that you want to put in savings and you're going to put it into your IRA. And you hope that it's going to grow over the course until you retire 30, 40, 50 years. It's going to grow to be $10,000 at some point in time. If you pay the taxes on that $1,000 today, if you're in the 30% tax bracket, you're going to pay $300 in taxes. If you're in the same 30% tax bracket at retirement, now your tax liability is $3,000. Now, let's say that you take that $1,000, pay the taxes on it, so now you've got $970. I'm sorry, you got $700. My error. See what happens when I try and do this live talking? So you have $700. So say that $700 doesn't grow quite as much as the other number, but so it grows to, say, $8,500. But if it's not taxed when it comes out, your $7,000 is now $8,500. What if you don't have to pay taxes then later on? So you've saved $2,300 in taxes. You get $1,500 more in retirement money, and you're far better off. Are those programs new? No, they've been around for about 100 years, 150 years, something like that. I don't have the exact numbers. Are they safe? Well, they're insured. They're with AAA rated insurance companies. Who's investing your money? Well, the same people that invest the money, that have the biggest buildings. They own, not the title, not the sign on the top, but they own the largest buildings in the country. So they'd be investing your money too. Do they charge for it? Absolutely. But who cares? That's my big issue. Is I never care how much it costs. What is really more important, and you don't want to be foolish, you don't want to be dumb. But what's more important is not how much they charge, not how much they make. How much do you get? How much do you make? How much stays with you? That's really the important issue right there, is at the end of the day, are you better off? Is your family better off? That's the important stuff. So think about that concept. And you are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, reasons to hire a real estate professional when buying or selling. We already did the what is a credit freeze. How to buy stock, step by steps. We'll cover that one as well. So there's a lot of things we've still got to cover today. You can reach us anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter, @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. Replays available, Ron Siegel 1, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
In the middle of a street,
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details, 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender, licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel lending team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel lending team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel lending team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage payments, and give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part. You still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-3 your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com, or simply call 800-306-1990.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area-trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. Subject today, reasons to hire a real estate professional when buying or selling a home, and that's a mouthful. But why would you do that? Does it make sense to you? Well, whether you're buying or selling, it can be quite an adventurous journey. This is why you need an experienced navigator. That would be your real estate professional to guide you on your path to your ultimate goal. In this world of instant gratification and internet searches, many sellers think they can for sale by owner or FSBO. 5 reasons that you need a real estate professional in your corner haven't changed, but have rather been strengthened by the projections of higher mortgage interest rates and home prices as the market continues to pick up steam. Number 1, what do you do with all the paperwork? Each state has a different regulation regarding the contracts required for a successful sale, and the regulations are constantly changing. A true real estate professional is an expert in his or her market and can guide you through the stacks of paperwork necessary to make your dream a reality. Now, the real estate contract, the residential purchase agreement in California, I see them range anywhere from 10 to 20 pages long, typed by attorneys. Are you ready to navigate that? Are you ready to understand it? Do you believe that you can do it as well as somebody that does that all day, every day? That's all that they do. There are some really good real estate professionals out there. There are some that are not so good. That's why I ask you, give me a call at 800-306-1990, and we'll put you in touch with those that we find to be the best of them. But the issue right there is you're not qualified to do it on your own. I have a real estate license, and I talk to real estate professionals all day, every day. And I say that I'm not qualified to do it. I would hire a professional for myself. Think about that. So you found your dream house. Now what? We spoke to Linda Eisenman last week about once you go into contract, then what happens after that? Well, it's not all that simple. There are over 180 possible steps that you need to take during every successful real estate transaction. Are you familiar with them? Are you familiar with those 180 steps? Think about that. I know most people are not familiar with them, but that's pre-listing. Make appointment with the seller for listing presentation. Send written or email confirmation of appointments and call to confirm. Review pre-appointment questions. Research all comparable current listings. Research sales activity for the past 18 months from the MLS and public records. Research average days on the market. Download and review property tax roll information. Prepare comparable market analysis. Obtain copy of subdivision. Are you getting a hint here? And that's only in the pre-listing phase, and that was only like 7 or 8 of them. Think about that concept. A lot of paperwork. So that was number 2. Number 3, are you a good negotiator? So maybe you're not convinced that you need an agent to sell your home. After looking at the list of parties that you will need to be prepared to negotiate with, you'll soon realize the value of selecting a real estate professional. From the buyer who wants the best deal possible to the home inspection companies to the appraiser, there are at least 11 different people. Think about that concept. So who are we talking about in that world? So we're looking at termite companies, home inspectors, escrow companies, title companies, lenders, appraisers. Are there any permits that are needed? A lot of differences there as well. What is the home you're buying or selling really worth? It is important for your home to be priced correctly. From the start, you want to attract the right buyers and shorten the amount of time that it's on the market. You need someone who is not emotionally connected to your home to give you the truth as to your home's value. According to a study by Collateral Analytics, for sale by owners achieve prices significantly lower than those from similar properties sold by real estate agents. And I quote, FSBOs tend to sell for lower prices than comparable home sales, and in many cases below the average differential represented by the prevailing commission rate. So what's that mean? The difference between what they're buying and selling for is going to not take into account, you're going to end up losing when it comes to the net numbers as if you had hired a professional. So just a round number, you have $200,000 home, and if you're using a professional, you might list it at, say you listed the house at $225,000. I better do $200,000 because it might be easier because I don't even know where I'm heading with this. Think about that concept. $200,000 listing or the property value. You do it for sale by owner, you may get $180,000 for it. The professional may get $197,000 for it. You take off their commission, and you can see that commission on that's going to be what, about $11,000. So you're going to get $186 net, roughly. I'm just doing it off the top of my head. So you're $6,000 ahead of doing it on your own. That's the whole concept. That's what they're talking about in this area, where the differential is not going to be covered. And what's happening in the marketplace? Do you know, is the market going up? Is the market going down? There's so much information out there on the news and on the internet about home prices, sales, mortgage rates. How do you know what's going on specifically in your area? Who do you turn to in order to competitively and correctly price your home at the beginning of the selling process? How do you know what to offer on your dream home without paying too much or offending the seller with a lowball offer? According to Dave Ramsey, a quote, when getting help with money, whether it's insurance, real estate, or investments, you should always look for someone with the heart of a teacher, not the heart of a salesman, unquote. Have you heard that one anywhere before? Hiring an agent who has his or her finger on the pulse of the market will make your buying or selling experience an educated one. You need someone who's going to tell you the truth, not just what they think you want to hear. The bottom line, you wouldn't replace the engine in your car without a trusted mechanic. Why would you make one of the most important financial decisions of your life without hiring a real estate professional? Think about that concept. Your car is expensive, obviously, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, maybe more. And you're going to take it to a mechanic. Yet your house, $200,000, $400,000, $600,000, and you're thinking that you can do that one on your own. You'll just we'll just wing it. How's that sound? Does that make any sense? Do you understand how that could be just really hurting you and your family? Just a thought there for you. I always like to look at some of these concepts and just, come out and just bring it down to the really, really simple solutions. Unbelievable. That's the real-time real estate segment brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals. Text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. How to remove a charge-off from your credit report. We thought we'd share that one with you because I do get that question frequently, and it's not always easy to keep up with your finances. Sometimes one late payment turns into 2 or 3. When creditors feel that you'll never repay them, they often close your account and send your debt to a collection agency. This is known as a charge-off. If you've landed in this predicament, you can still get out of it. However, your finances will still be affected, and fixing it will take some work on your part. So what is a charge-off? It's what happens when you fail to make payments for several months in a row on a loan or a credit card. Essentially, the creditor records that debt as a loss in its books and closes your account. It does this because it's come to believe that you won't ever repay the debt. Sometimes they sell it for a fraction to somebody else. However, that doesn't mean you don't owe the money. Even though your account is closed, the credit reports it as a loss, you must still pay back what you owe. At this point, creditors send a delinquent debt to a collection agency. Again, they sell it to them in some instances, or they get a percentage. The collection agency will then continue to hound you for money. Unluckily for you, all of this activity is reported to credit bureaus, which then reflects negatively in your credit report. A charge-off adversely affects your credit score pretty heavily, sometimes by more than 100 points. All your missed payments, a closed account, the debt sent to a collection agency, showcase bad credit behavior. You want to avoid charge-offs, especially if you have a higher credit score. So how do you remove a charge-off from your report? Negotiate. We were talking about that just a little bit ago in the prior segment. We'll talk more about this when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, negotiating a charge-off. That is the subject. And we'll get to a few other issues on there as well, and how to reach your financial goals by year end. We'll talk about that one as well. Remember, you can reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you living in the home of your dreams, or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Most businesses struggle to get the online reviews they need to get a competitive edge over their competition. Rex is a brand new technology that uses text messages to direct happy clients to your online review sites, Zillow, Google, Facebook, and Yelp, and unhappy clients to a private survey, so businesses can win more customers. Try Rex today by going to www.meetrex.com.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed-rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGELLendingteam.com or 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call the Ron Siegel Team at 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation real estate plan. You be the judge if this is right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to reap@ronsiegelradio.com or call today. Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990.
Rate subject to change and without notice. Licensed by the California DOC and BRENMLS 217037 and 145502. And Cal
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGELLendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details, 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender, licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending Team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending Team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGELLendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage payments, and give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part. You still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGELLendingTeam.com. Or simply call 800-306-1990.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Word on Wealth segment today being brought to you by our friends at Gold Star Mortgage. They are the only ones with the Fast Pass loan approval. Gold Star Fast Pass loan approval. How to reach your money goals by year end. That is the subject today how to reach your money goals by year end. It always comes back to the same thing. It's amazing how frequently we talk about this and all these different subjects that come up and questions that we hear. You hear about this time of year, already at the end of October. Hard to believe, the end of October already. People are looking and saying, okay, I didn't do what I needed to do. What am I supposed to do now? So you made a financial resolution for 2017, but did you keep it? 36% of Americans made a financial resolution this year, according to Fidelity. The most popular resolutions: save more, pay off debt, and spend less overall. As the year comes to a close, it's common for our resolutions to fall by the wayside, but there's still time to tackle your financial resolutions. Here's what top financial professionals have to say about the importance of setting goals and how you can still accomplish your 2017 resolution by the end of the year. The importance of making a financial resolution. It's important to have financial goals because you need to have an idea of what you're looking to accomplish. With no clear purpose, it's easy to meander aimlessly and not make any progress. Setting a goal, especially with finances, helps you break down what changes you have to make. Setting financial goals is important because it gives you a target to strive for and holds you accountable. The easiest way to reach your goals: first, you need to pick a goal that is meaningful to you and that you will be willing to sacrifice for when other temptations and needs arise. Second, you need to put that goal in writing and revisit frequently so you can stay focused on meeting your goal. It's really all about turning your big resolutions into small steps so you can feel encouraged and celebrate small victories, all those little things that add up over time. So by the end of the year, you can really see a big difference. Meet with a financial advisor. So many people think you need a certain amount of money, but that's just not the case. The advisor can help you make a plan and stick with it. They can make sure you don't bite off more than you can chew. Keep the goal in front of you. Too often we start a year with great goals only to completely forget what they are by March, let alone October. I write out goals on sticky notes. Some people put them on their bathroom wear. I'm big. I have a sticky note program on my computer. I like to use that. Make a dent in your debt by December. Don't wait any longer to start paying off your loans. From credit cards, student loans, pay off the debt that has the highest interest rate first, then work your way through debt with lower interest rates. Those are some of the simple ways of doing it if you're not looking to get a new home or a new car right away. If you're looking for a new home or new car in the first part of the year, then the issue might be a little bit different. It might be to your benefit, to your advantage, to go and pay them off by the utilization rate. We've talked about that in the past. So those are just some of the issues right there. Having a budget, sticking to it, is critical. So one of the items that you could do is set up a separate account. Most of us have some sort of a direct deposit account. If you have a direct deposit account and you're having your money go right into a bank account, what happens if you set up a second account? If you set up a second account and have maybe 5%, 10% of your money go into that separate savings account before that check ever hits your main bank account. Do you think that would be beneficial for you? Do you think that will help you to meet your goals? Just a thought there. That is the Word on Wealth segment, again brought to you by our friends at Gold Star Mortgage. They are the only ones with the Fast Pass loan approval. Make your home purchase same as cash, no loan contingencies. Fight with those cash offers. They do it all the time. That's how you reach your money goals. Some thoughts on them for year end. So we're chatting before the break a little bit about charge-offs and how do you get rid of those without having it kill your credit score. And the whole idea there is to negotiate it. If you've ended up with a charge-off on your credit report, it's not the end of the world. There are steps you can take if you want to try it on your own. I'm not sure that it's going to work the best for you, but you can try it on your own. I always recommend go and talk to our friend Alan Hand just because he's the professional in it. It doesn't cost a whole lot of money, but he can help you with these issues and help with the negotiating, make sure it's done the right way. The issue here is nothing is required to be on your credit report. That's the big issue. A lot of people look at it and say, oh, well, it is my issue. If it's on my credit report, not a thing I can do about it. That's not true. There is no requirement for anything at all to be on your credit report. What the requirement is, anything that is on your credit report must be complete, accurate, and verifiable. All three of those. Complete, accurate, and verifiable. If it misses one of those, it has to come off. That's the key right there, is understanding that portion of it. If the charge-off is on your report, one option is to scour and the smallest detail, if the smallest detail is incorrect, you dispute the whole entry. This includes account numbers, names, addresses. If you find an error, you can dispute the entry with the credit bureaus and the creditor to have it fixed or removed. If they cannot verify a piece of information, the whole entry must be removed. You want to keep records of the errors and all your correspondences. Keep a very, very detailed record. If the creditor agrees to remove the entry, get the information of everyone you speak to, when you spoke to them, and be sure to obtain that agreement in writing. You'll also want to check whether the amount you owe in the charge-off entry is correct. Perhaps you made a payment that lessened your debt but wasn't reflected on your credit report. Other times, collection agencies can add on extra fees or interest. Sometimes your report can list the same charge-off but is due to multiple collection agencies. This is because your debt has been sold and moved around, but you only need to pay one company. In any case, contact the original creditor to make sure the entry reflects exactly what you've paid, what you owe, and who you owe it to. Simple stuff. How to remove a charge-off from your credit report? Pay it. Sometimes creditors won't remove a charge-off from your credit report. In that case, you may have to pay it. However, this doesn't mean you always have to pay the full amount. For many people, paying the full amount isn't even feasible. So you can negotiate it to try and get that amount reduced and still get everything that you're looking for. Those are just a couple of the ways. If you want the whole idea, give me a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. And remember to set that first radio preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to John, who's engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. And remember, make a lot of money, help a lot of people, have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.